Flosstube, I'm Kelly. This is my channel Animal Instinct, all about cross stitch. Today is Saturday the 14th of December and we're getting really close to Christmas. This is my fourth Flosstube video. If you've just found me, welcome and I hope you enjoy it. If you've come back again, thank you very much. As I've said, I think each time I really enjoy getting people's comments and interacting with people through Flosstube and Instagram. So today I have a few things to talk about. So firstly I have one SAL monthly finish, then some whips, a new start, some purchases, and I'll finish up with an unboxing of a new Gecko Rouge kit that I received in the last week. So let's start with my SAL. I'm doing the Lakeside Needlecraft Woodland SAL designed by Doreen Jones. This is it. I'm up to date, month 6. Doing it on 32 count even weave on their Woodland colorway fabric. I think it's fabric flare, maybe. I could have that wrong. I think that's right. But this month we had the frog, and yes, the frog did visit me while I was stitching him, but isn't he great? Look at his little face, it's so cute. So now we have, from the top, we've got the owl, the rabbit, the weasel, the stag, the squirrel, and the frog. So six more creatures to go. It's really easy to keep up with this. Takes me about 3 or 4 nights, depending on how tired I am, every month. And so I'm really happy that it's all up to date. So I'll put that away and we'll get the next one at the start of January. Okay, on to whips. Didn't get as much stitching done this last fortnight. It's just life. Had a trip to Canberra for work and it was really tiring. I took stitching with me, but I didn't get much done. I did, however, catch up with Kerry, the creative curator, and she gifted me this beautiful little ornament. Now, I don't think Kerry would know. There's no way she would know. I'm a February baby and my birthstone is amethyst, and that's a cute little purple gem in there. So thank you, Kerry. It's just really, really unique. I love it. Now, the Koala Bees SAL. I've done a little bit on this, not as much as I wanted to, and I'm seeing everyone blazing ahead of me on Instagram, so I really want to catch up because I don't want to fall behind. Now my pattern's looking a bit tatty. I think I need to do something about that to protect it a bit more, but it has been on some trips away. So this is the Koala Bees SAL that we received at the Mittagong retreat, designed by Wild Violet Cross Stitch. And I believe if you go to her shop, you can subscribe to her newsletter and she'll be releasing it at some stage. So I'm doing mine on an 18 count fabric of the month. It's an Ada fabric of the month by Jody Redesigns. And this is where I'm at. So the upside down one is mostly complete. And then I just decided why not stitch the heads. So I'm up to the last head. I really, really need to get a move on because I don't want to fall behind. I've just had some other things that have been calling to me, and I did take this to Canberra, but it was too tired. So that's that one. Really looking forward to putting it together. It sounds quite intriguing how you do join them up. So there's that one. Okay, next up, I'm a little bit scattered today, so again, referring to notes. I pulled out my Lorna Lane artwork charted by Gecko Rouge, my bee. And I've done this whole wing, I've done the whole body, and then for the outside I've basically done, I guess, that much down and then that much across. So I think I'm about 65% of the way through. Now it's Carly from Kaz Stitch's fault. She showed me how amazing Pattern Keeper, the new app, is at the Mittagong retreat, and also had a suggestion of where to find a decently priced Android tablet, because I'm an Apple girl, and you can't, it's not available on iOS yet. So I did buy myself a tablet, and I've been having a lot of fun with Pattern Keeper. I honestly think it's a game changer for full coverage pieces. I'll show you what I've done. So it's a little bit hard really to show you, but I haven't taken it out of the Q-snap. But pretty much apart from that corner, everything underneath is all done. And so I was parking, you can see I've got a couple of parked threads still there. And then I pulled out Pattern Keeper last night, and I decided to just pick a symbol and stitch all the stitches in this field of view that I could safely stitch. So I've got the honeycomb coming along. You can see the hexagons there. I did some of the wing. Oh, how do you get it to focus? Excuse me. No, it's not cooperating. You can't really tell, but I did a heap of this pink flower too. And down here, I actually did about 1,000 stitches on it yesterday. So using the app doesn't make you a faster stitcher. The physical placement of stitches is the same, but I think it slows down, reduces the downtime between stitching. So I have done the vast majority of this using a highlighter on a paper copy, which has been my preferred method for a long time. But now I don't need to take the time to, I guess, pick up the highlighter, take the lid off, search through the pattern to find the symbol that I want to stitch. And what I was doing was I was picking a symbol, highlighting it in yellow so I could see what I needed to work on. And then after I'd stitched them all, gone back and coloured them in with pink or blue so I could see what was stitched. And invariably, always, you'd do all of that, you'd be moving on to the next colour, and you'd find one that you'd missed. So then you just have to rethread your needle, re-anchor your thread, do the one stitch, and anchor it at the end and cut it off. And with Pattern Keeper that won't happen because you can clearly see all the stitches that you need. So it's my bee. I might just show you what it looks like in here in Pattern Keeper, because I'm having lots of fun with it, as lots of people are. So, oops, I won't go this way. So with the exception of, oh golly, that page, just ignore that blank square, I went through and manually completed all the stitches that I've already stitched. It's very easy to do. You can choose a page and say, yeah, I've completed that whole page. So that wasn't too bad. My issue with that area was that there's lots of random stitches done, and it was just taking a lot of time, and I just couldn't really be bothered. So I will get to that when I come back to it. So say you want to pick a symbol and stitch all the colours of that symbol in your field of view, which is exactly what I've been doing. You just come over to the side and you press you choose one, and now you can see, oh golly, this is awkward. Okay, look at that wing that's not completed. And there you can see all that green. So that's showing me the stitches I need to still stitch. And then you can zoom in. That's a little bit closer and see them. Oh, whoops, there's the pattern. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Not that you're going to get any ideas from a small area. But there you can see now which squares you need to stitch that symbol in. And then clearly you can zoom in further and further. So anyway, really, really glad, happy with my purchase. Keen to do all the full coverage now. And that's one of the reasons I had not come back to my Koala Bees cornu. The other thing that I've had in the last fortnight was a new start. Completely unintentional, not planned. It's just a few factors coming together to make it the perfect storm, I guess. The lovely Amanda from Pennington Terrace Designs gifted me a really beautiful cat chart, and I've just realized I've got the image on my phone. I'm filming on my phone, so I'll try and put a picture in, but it's a cat, you know, in the breeze. It's got a scarf on. It's like enjoying the breeze on its face. It's called Autumn. I don't even know who it's by. But I decided to try that, starting a full coverage piece from scratch. It's not massive full coverage. And trying to do like color completion using Pattern Keeper. So I gridded up some fabric. I found some, I think it's 16 count Aida. Yeah. From an abandoned SAL. I picked out the like 20 stitches that I'd done, and then realized it wasn't really my style. And it's perfect. So it's gridded. It is a cat, you can't tell. There's a bit more black down here with the tail. And then once I've done all the black, which is the most, got the most stitches, I'm going to start from the colour with the least amount. And I think it has 24 stitches, and it's so easy to find when it's all gridded. So that's another Pattern Keeper bit of fun that I'm having. Thank you, Amanda. I love this chart. Okay. Before I drop everything, that's everything that I've been working on for the last 2 weeks. I've received some purchases in the mail. So let's just go straight into those. I mentioned, I think on my last video or the one before, that I want to do a few of these ones. The cottage garden samplings songbirds. And I have some 18 count Jody Redesigns fabrics of the month that I'm going to use to stitch them. So I decided, I didn't quite have enough. I decided to get a little bit of a range from 123 Stitch of some of the Picture This Plus colours that I hadn't used before, I hadn't seen in person before. I thought it was maybe a good way to see if I like them, and I do. They're all really great. So I got, how many have I got here? 4. So the first one is, so it's all 18 count Aida. This is Jade. It's too bright. Let's try, is that better? So it's like that light green with the beautiful mottling jade. And then this one is Da Vinci. And Shale. And finally, sterling. So really pretty. I haven't sort of assigned them to any particular pattern yet. I will do that at a later stage. But some nice additions to my fabrics. Oh, and I also got, because I see everyone talking about it, I got some Murky just to see it in person, and it's really, really nice. I really like it. It's a 32 count even weave. No idea what I'm going to stitch on it, but it's fantastic. Very moody. Okay. Oh, Flosstube's thirsty work. Okay. Also received in the mail I think I can blame Kerry, the creative curator, and maybe Gail as well, Gail Phillips, for all the Biscornu enabling. I think it was Kerry had this stitched up at the Mittagong retreat, Cross Twin collection, the Chipping Sparrow Biscorn Nest. So you do those little eggs over one, and there's also a little chart for the little fobby thing too. So I got that, and then there's actually, I think there's 3 in the collection. I got the other 2 as well. This is the Cardinal. Oh, it's that one, Cardinal Biscorn Nest. And it's really great. It's got all the like debris around the nest to make it homely and secure. And it's even, you even stitch a little feather. Isn't that great? Not really familiar with cardinals. Don't think we have them here. And then the last one is the hummingbird. Again, very, very cleverly done. So ruby-throated hummingbird. And then I just got some antique white 28 count linen. They recommended 28 count linen, and it's full coverage so you don't see it anyway. So they're in the pile of things to do. Okay, and then the last thing I received, oh, sorry, it's getting warm in here. Going up to 40 degrees this week, summer's here. So I used to be in the Gecko Rouge Gold Club, and what that meant was you pay some money each month, and then every 6 months you receive a redemption voucher. I think it's about equal to what you'd paid, but with a really decent discount on the kits. I have recently stopped doing that because I looked at my collection and was like, do not need any more. So I received my last Gecko Rouge parcel for the time being. And so I thought I'd show you what they send. So this little red envelope, I knew exactly what it was. Came a little bit quicker than I expected, so I was surprised. But at my new house, the postie just puts things under the doormat. So even a big parcel like that, he just puts under the doormat. So there's a big bulge. It's a really safe area. I wouldn't expect anything to go missing, but I guess you never really know. And then when you pull it out, used to be striped bags, but maybe this is for Christmas. It's contained in this nice paper bag. Nice little touches. And then I purchased 2 kits with my last voucher. They each come in plastic as well. I've taken that out so it doesn't do that annoying crinkling noise. The first one, probably roll your eyes because it's typical. It's these 2 cats. It's actually called Love. and the artwork's by Danny Lizeth. And I do love this. I think it's one of their top 10 patterns. It's been on my wish list for ages, and I figured because it was going to be the last one I bought for a while, I should get it. So you don't stitch the background, but isn't that sweet? So it's got 95 colours, and sorry, just reminding myself what I did. I got it on 25 count fabric. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to stitch it on the supplied fabric, but I got enough thread that I could do it on a smaller count, larger squares if I need to. So you get the cover page on sort of decent cardstock. Then you get well, when I ordered it, I hadn't quite fallen into the Pattern Keeper rabbit hole, so I do have a paper chart. In the future, I just get the PDF version, but that's the front page. It's just got how to contact them. It's got all the symbols and the numbers they've assigned. They don't provide the DMC numbers. If for some reason you happen to run out, which I believe is fairly unlikely, you can get in touch with them and they'll let you know what you need. I previously would photocopy this and laminate it for easy reference. Yeah, and then there's the pattern. So you can easily pull this off to make your working copy and put it back on. So it's on really good quality paper. And then here's the floss for it. So I got it on 25 count. Lagana. I always forget what it's called. Is it Magic Guide or Easy Count? Whichever one. They're 20 by 20 squares. And then here's all the floss. You always get a needle. And then here's your thread cards. So, what's an easy way to show you? They're wound in like big long lengths with loops at the bottom. And I've found a lot of people find it's absolutely the perfect length. If you snip those lengths, it's a great length to use. So you can leave them loaded on the thread cards. Some people take them off and bobinate them. I find generally I don't need to. And I'll usually plait the threads. It keeps it all tidy, doesn't seem to knot at all. My bees keeping up well, it's not falling apart. So yeah, that's The Love by Danny Lizeth. No idea when I'm going to start that. Okay, and now there's one more because I got two. And the next one is by the artwork's by Medusa Dollmaker. One of the most popular patterns on their website is the Gamer. A lot of people doing that's really popular. It's a great design. I did not choose the Gamer. I liked this one. It really spoke to me. Oops, just kicked the tripod, sorry. It's a bit different. I haven't really seen anyone working on it. And yeah, I really, really love it. So it's Invictus by Medusa Dollmaker. I fall, I rise, I learn. So Invictus these days, you kind of think of the Invictus games, the veteran games, which is a really wonderful event. But if you have a look at the original Invictus poem, it's quite inspiring and just really speaks to me. So there she is. Now it's a big one. 387 by 562. There's only 40 colours in it, and the chart has all of the background stitched, but it's fairly easy to pick those stitches out. I don't think I'm going to bother with the background. I'll do the background on the sign, but anything behind I'm not going to stitch. So it's a little bit different, that one, but really, really like it. Can apply that to my life. So then again, I'm going to need to get the PDF because I didn't realise, but there's the book with all the flosses, and then the pattern, and here's all the threads. So take it out of the fabric again, 25 count. I will use this for it. There's a needle and all the floss, and looks like there's some extra floss in here. So I dare say this is the background colour. Hopefully I won't actually worry about stitching it because I don't really see the point of stitching white on white. Oops. Really looking forward to both of those in Pattern Keeper. I just think I'm going to be able to get more progress, be more efficient with my time. So that's everything for today. Oh, I've got down here, I may as well mention, it's a purchase. I don't have anything yet, but I have bought the Modern Folk Embroidery 2020 SAL. So I'm going to be joining in on that. And I ordered a hank of silk from Silks for you for that. So hopefully that might be here by the next video. I think they're pretty flat out because I had a sale. So it's okay, whenever it comes is fine. I'll show you that next time. But yeah, that's everything. I'll be back in about 2 weeks, which will be somewhere between Christmas and New Year's Eve, I think. And I'm planning on doing a whip parade and sort of talking about my loose plans for 2020. I don't really have anything set in stone yet, but that's the plan for the next video. So I hope everyone's doing okay in this silly season, and we'll speak to you next time. Bye.